This is Greg Baxter again with breaking news. Tonight, the president has issued a statement about the sport of soccer in the United States. We're going to try and put it on the screen because, well, it's a bit hard to follow. Quote, I've been thinking about the NFL and how poorly run that organization is. Sad. But Americans, we're great. You know, we invented football, basketball, and baseball. We've dominated those sports. No one in the world is as good as the U.S. in football, basketball, and baseball. Not even the Russians. America, it's a great place. Really, truly, we're doing big things, great things. It's going better than it's ever been before. Much better than if Hillary had been president. Much better. I want America to be great in all sports, all of them. And where other administrations have dropped the ball, we're going to pick it up and toss it in the ring. It's a big ring, the best ring ever. It's going to be huge. America has never been great at soccer. The losers running America in the past just sat back and did nothing while we weren't the best. Did you know in other countries they allow teams to compete on merit? They earn their promotion to the top leagues. Capitalism. None of this socialist stuff where if you're terrible at your job, you get the best draft picks. In the coming weeks, my administration will be making soccer great again in the United States. It's going to be huge. Now back to your regular programming. Hello, comrades. I interrupt. Jonathan Martin, Atia Zabo have joined the Patronage as comrades in me making content. Thank you. Now, back to your regular programming. Let's do it. Hello, my friends. Welcome in. It's episode 2 of American Rescue. Hopefully you're enjoying it thus far. If you are, make sure, if you watched episode 1 or the trailer, make sure you hit that like button on those. Go back. It really helps out, especially when you're starting a new series and getting YouTube to go, like, oh, people like that. Let's send more people there when they search for FM19, stuff like that. So appreciate you coming along on the journey and dealing with my silliness. Hopefully this will all make sense as the series continues and we get into FM19, the full-fledged release here. I think it's November 2nd or 3rd. Today, my friends, we're going to go through a couple things. I think we're going to do a double-headed game to see what the highlights look like, see how long those take, because you normally do key highlights, but we might do extended just to see how long it takes. Things we've learned. We had training for a couple weeks in preseason with no games, and then 3 games that were already set up. I probably should have canceled one of them to space them out a little bit, because we did have a bunch of injuries in the last game just from being tired, and overuse would be my guess. As you can see, we drew with Torpedo Vladimir, and then we beat Dnipro Smolensk, and then we lost to CSKA Moscow. So we take on Zenit 2 today, and then Spartak M2. I guess those are the reserve teams of the teams in the Russian Premier League. Taking a look at our squad here, the injuries are not good. It's our left back, Garbuz. It's not good. It's not good. He's out for 3 to 5 weeks with a groin strain. Kveskiri is suspended, I guess, from last season. And then Kamuka is out for 12 days to 4 weeks, which is a significant difference, 2 to 4 weeks, I guess, with a twisted ankle. He's kind of our backup center back, I believe. And then Saluski, who did quite well in preseason, is recovering from, a twisted knee. So we're not going to risk him today, just because he did play a lot. We have been training a lot and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a bit of a wounded squad as we come in here. We've got Maxim Ninikov, probably, who's going to be playing. I should probably not put him on complete wing back on support, but we're going to do it anyway because that's how we play. I'm still getting used to the names and the players. Bazylyuk is the other really good striker we have. He's definitely more of a target man, but his finishing isn't as great. We're going to put him on pressing forward, and we're going to use the same inside forwards coming in. Karasev is, yes, a normal starter. I just got to get used to this, to be honest with you. We've hired some staff. I was able to, with the competition expectations, I'll show you those here in a second, but we lowered the cup budget. Like the players were going to get 170 grand. Now they get 100 grand. So we took it from normal to low, I guess from your perspective to low. And that gave us, 70 grand in transfer budget, which has freed up about 1,500 euro a week, which might be enough to sign a player. I'm not really sure. I mean, it probably not somebody that would start. We have trialed a bunch of players, a bunch of useless players. We have some good ones in right now, but they're quite old, but probably just going to be here a season. So I'm looking at either Dusan Khabarovsk, just because he can play a bunch of different roles. May not be as high star rated, which might mean he's a little more affordable. Can play a bunch of roles. I'd love to sign this guy. I mean, 4.5-ish stars would be an upgrade at goalkeeper, but I don't think we can afford him, and we don't have the budget to just be, buying players willy-nilly. The transfer window's closing, so we don't have time to offload either of our keepers to free up room. So he's not really an option. Vitaly Listitsky, maybe, is a 3.5-ish star, potentially 4-star. Center back could play DM in a bind, but, is 36. And then Nigel Rio Coker, who's English, lads. Another, can play a bunch of different roles. So it's probably going to be between Nigel and the other one, Khabarovsk. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll bring them up here. You can pause and then go take a look. And let me know what you think in the comments about those signings. Personally, I think we're a little more light in the midfield, so that's why I'm focusing on those two. I'd love to sign the 36-year-old center back, because even though he's 36, he's an upgrade on some of our backups. But that's just how it goes, my friends. I thought we were ready for this. Again, we've signed some coaches. Things are looking great. Apparently, we're favored, even though it's an away game, which is curious because my assistant said that we should play cautious versus positive. We're going to use the Gegenpress, the 4-1-4-1. We're sticking with it, even though we have injuries. So maybe that's not the best idea. But well, now I'm just confused. Scouting meeting. Okay, wait. We'll come back to this. It's fine. I mean, all I'm doing is trial. You play for someone else. Acknowledge. I do like, and I guess I'll show this. That's why I'm gonna leave this in and not cut it out. Is one of my beefs with FM18 was this would change. So if you had already, let's say you'd already scouted this player, and they had, you'd already got 100% scouting, this button would disappear and everything else would squeeze in. And so if you're hitting acknowledge and clicking through it, click. Next thing you know, this discard button is where the acknowledge button is, and you hit discard, and you're like, I didn't mean to do that. So the fact that I can't offer a trial. Okay, interesting. Oh, he's on trial with someone else. So I like that they've changed that, and you can also take a look if you've scouted them at all. You can kind of take a look at this all up here, which is quite, it's like a bunch of quality of life changes. So yes, there is stuff that's significantly different in FM19, but I feel like a lot of the changes are more quality of life, like stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, sure. The fact that the ball curves, that's not a quality of life thing, I guess, but I don't know. It's nice. It's a nice change. They want us to reach the promotion playoff and the Russian Cup 5th round. The reason I didn't have that in the first episode was because I didn't click forward and they hadn't told me what they wanted. So there we go. And let's just accept all these trials here. All this looks the same. So normally I wouldn't show all this to you, but it's kind of like, this is what you're going to see when you're running into the game as well. Another really good goalkeeper. These are all bleh. All right, so let me know again about those other two. Which one do you think it'll be? Tactical reminder. I mean, it looks a little different, at least in my memory, these squares, but generally the same idea. Shows you where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and partnerships. So I always just let my assistant take care of that. I don't know. What do you do? Do you normally let your assistant take care of things? Okay, we'll come back and look at these. I just want to look at Nigel's rating. 62. Not as good, but might be 1.6. That's a little pricey, Nigel. Come on, mate. Who was the other one? Khabarovsk. Oh, that's more our style. I mean, if you're gonna have the same rating, I'm thinking Khabarovsk. Let me know in the comments. I probably will have signed them by the time we get to the next episode, but things. All right, you know what? I'll probably actually sign him after this game. But I'm trying to get stuff down. Like, let's sign some people. Let's play some games. All right, we are evens. Again, this is what the screen looks like. Looks the same. I'm using the dark skin, in case you're wondering why it's not blatantly purple. But I'm using the dark skin. I prefer it overall. Everything else looks the same. I'm not seeing any drastic changes. You've got your players here. La-di-da. Okay, see, he's not... FT is a new thing, by the way. That is... fitness test, not required, but isn't fully ready to play and should be monitored accordingly. So we're not going to throw him in because he's 79%, and if our striker gets injured, we need to have an actual striker that can play. So, good luck. I felt like it looked like my players shifted there on the screen. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 with 2 DMs. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, all this looks the same. The locker room, obviously, I was going to show that to you. Looks a little different. You can see it's kind of like when you load up the game, there's an actual changing room or locker room or whatever that you can see. Everybody watch out. I mean, okay. I still think the stadiums could use some work, at least thus far, but I haven't seen... One of the things that was supposed to have changed with FM19 was the stadiums were more realistic for the size of club you are. So, like, one of the problems I had is, like, in FM18 when I played with some of the, like, 4th Division Icelandic clubs, you had massive stadiums. And we've just gone and scored in the first minute. No big deal. I'm going to check this to go... We're going to do extended just to see how long it lasts. I feel like the... There's a juxtaposition between the ball speed. Oh, it slows it down there for you. That might be new. I don't know. And the speed of the players. So I have mine with extended highlights slightly faster. But I felt like if I did normal, the players moved way too slow. This seems like the good balance for the replays and all that kind of stuff. And I have it doing whatever that was. Fast between highlights. Hopefully that sound isn't too loud for you. I've actually, since I've not recorded a game in FM19, I'm not sure. I did turn it down all the way to like a 1 inside the game. So that's a lot of random details I wouldn't normally tell you in a match episode. But since this is a new game, we're kind of taking a look at some of those things. Plays it forward. Basiluk! Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh, please let my mic be working. Mic? Yes, my mic is working. Could have probably brought that down, but it works out. We get the second ball, I guess. Dedetko, who's our captain. Okay. Lots of fighting for it in the middle there. It's finally cleared. I like that early goal. It kind of changes the tone. Karasev chips it in. Oh, that was nice. That was one of our tall center backs. I think this one, Prendetta. I'm just getting used to the net. We've already had 4 shots, 3 on target, 3 half chances. Oh, just wide. If you've got FM19, let me know if you've used the director view or the sideline or TV or what you're using for your replays. I've always just kind of used director, but that's just me. 5 shots, 3 on target. Let's go, lads. They look quite tired in the center of their defense. They must have had the same kind of preseason schedule we did. One of the things that is quite different, you see these, they're nervous. I'm just going to say, I'm going to just encourage them. And then boom, frustrated. So where in FM18, you could like pump out shouts every 10 minutes. You cannot do that here. They get frustrated by the feedback. They get overwhelmed by the feedback. I don't know why we are frustrated, apprehensive, and we were nervous. We have had the entirety of the game. Look at the possession. We've had all the shots. We've created the 3 half chances. I don't know. It's just kind of strange to me. And I'm using, if you haven't seen the full first episode, which would be weird because it just came out a couple days ago, and there's been a day in between. I have one of my own created tactics, which is a 4-3-1-2, because we do have 2 really good strikers, and really one player that plays a really good attacking midfielder, advanced playmaker in the center. But I'm using 2 of the preset ones that FM19 gives you. One is the Gegenpress, and the other one is vertical tiki-taka, which is like a 5-2-1-2. And we've just gone in with our center back again. He's like 6'3", 4 or 5. I can't remember which one it is, but they're all at least 6'3". And, you know, chipped it right off his head there, lads. Let's watch it again. Oh, look at the curve on that. Oh, I love that. See, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is a quality of life thing. 1, you get the curve of the ball. 2, you get the, as soon as it hits the head, it slows it down and goes in the back of that. That's just nice. That's just nice. So people that in the past have said like FM18 was really just like a database update to FM17. I feel like if you've waited to upgrade, this is a great time to upgrade because like there are some significant differences from a training standpoint, tactical standpoint, ball movement, which it's one of those things that you didn't realize you missed. And now it's here and you're like, oh, it's so nice. And then the slowing down of the highlight, it's just lovely. It's lovely, lads. Ratings looking pretty good. You can see this is a change as well. It highlights really good ratings. And obviously if you have like a 6.0 or something like that. Oh, whoop. What is this? Potential. It's a bruised thigh. You're fine with a bruised thigh, mate. Come on. You know, get a massage when you go to halftime. It's almost there. We got another 45 seconds. You'd be fine. I hope. Although I probably should take him off due to the injuries. We're up 2-0. We've had all the shots. 9 shots, 4 on target. I hate this. This is my one beef with the default skin with FM19 is the match stats. I want to see more match stats. I don't care just about shots. Were they long shots? Did we hit the like the stuff that you can get on the screen? I want to have in this center column, so I don't have to click match stats. I may be missing something, but that's my understanding of what. Like that's why I use the DF11, which is the name of the face pack and the skin that I used last season or last FM. We're gonna get it passionate. Nice job, lads. All right, do we have another left winger? No. The answer to that question is no. I mean, kind of, but no. So we'll trot him out there. I'm a little hesitant because of the injury, so let's give him 10 or 15 minutes and see how he does. If we get a third goal, that'd be even better because then we could feel really confident about, you know, rotating in some subs. Okay, plays it up to Fedotov, whatever his name is, gets it back to Cherevko, who's I think our right wing back. Karasev, the midfielder. Oh, he takes him down. That's it. Oh, I was in the bottom. I mean, that was a clear. I haven't seen VAR yet. I don't know if this. I'm doubting this league uses VAR. That's just my guess, but I'm doubting it. If you're playing FM19, as you're leaving all these comments, obviously, let me know. How's it going for you? Are you enjoying it? We're already at 15 minutes. We may just do the one game today, to be honest with you. Extended highlights is taking a little bit longer than I expected. Because I don't want like a 45-minute episode. People tend not to watch that. Glancing header. We win the second ball. Sort of thing you should play through. So he's feeling better now. We rev that icy hot, you know, into his leg, or I don't know what you have over in the UK or wherever you're watching, but we have a thing called icy hot, which is icy then hot. It's clever branding there. Dedinchko holding down that midfield. Oh, plays it Fodotov. Back to I'm sorry. Dedechko. Nikiforov. Oh, Karasov. Elnik. Okay, Cherevko, the complete wingback on the right. Oh, slows down. He kind of jukes his man. Karasov takes a shot. Oh, they've cleared it. They've cleared it, lads. Now I'm like so scared. I'm just gonna say concentrate, see what happens. Overwhelmed by the feedback. Again, it's like that's the second one of the game. We've like 13 minutes from the half. Come on, mate. You know, your manager should. Okay, it's a corner. Your manager should be able to say something to you from the sideline. Is just my opinion. Glancing header. We've got the tall players, my friends. Although I'm not sure if they're tall in comparison to the opponent, which might be, you know, a thing. Like, let's take a look here. We can't. Okay. We're going to take the injury off. I'm just afraid it's going to get worse. So, yes. Kazankov, are you right? You're right-footed. Lovely. This is the guy that can play the attacking midfielder really well, but he can cover over here. We'll put him on attack. I think we had Nikiforov on support, but we do seem to, I don't know why I'm saying this. It's just asking for it, isn't it? We do seem to be bossing the game. So if we're going to boss the game, let's... 4 on target. It's not the best. But that's the thing, right? Gegenpress, you don't want to, like, slow it down to work it into the box. You want to just, like, go, 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 go. And then, you know, dominate. Right. Okay, you're a backup left back. This is our starting right back. And I'm worried about him getting injured. So we're going to bring in Fadiv, who is he's a right-footed left back, but he can play right back because he's right. He should, yeah, that makes... Okay, lovely. We'll bring him in. We're going to save the last one. We probably are going to take that striker off that we've got. That's at 76%. Or maybe the midfielder. Just because our other really good striker is injured. So we're just trying to manage the squad here. And I think when we do that, we will bring the pressing down and all that kind of just... do we? Or do we just go? Do we do the Liverpool style and we just like aim to crush faces? It's a risky thing here that I feel like I'm playing with fire. So we're going to bring on Kabayev. And he is more of a poacher. So he's just come on in, lad. Not even going to talk to you. Just come right in. First game of the season. We are just going to do the one, I think. But I'm not sure if there's stuff that's different after the match from like an in-season standpoint. From a preseason friendlies, it seemed all be the same. So, Dejinsko, watch the curve of the ball. Oh, look at that. At least it was, I mean, that was... Another thing in FM18 is a lot of times that ball is like 40 rows high. Like not even remotely close. Which does happen from time to time, to be fair. To be completely fair, that does happen in actual football games. But it's nice to see the curve to try and get it over the wall and at least be within like a yard or 3 of the frame. So we'll just bring this down. Don't get stuck in. We're going to bring the tempo way down. We're going to waste some time. Be some discipline. There we go. Just kind of see the game out, my friends. We got a 2-0 victory against Zenit's reserve squad. They've had 17 fouls. They've not had a single shot. Have we just pressed them to death? 61%. I mean, that's a pretty high possession. I agree we should let the team know. Yes, yes. Look at that. 9.0 for Karasev as the player of the match. So again, you can kind of see the ratings here. It kind of makes the important ones kind of stand out to you. So you want to make sure that they're reacting well if they have a great performance. If they have a really bad performance, you want to call them out for it. And that puts us in 5th because Tambov beat Spartak Moscow's reserve squad 4-0. That'll be the game we play next, but we're not going to do that today. Okay, he's injured 5 to 8 days, and yet was able to continue on. So I wonder if I'd taken it off immediately, would it be like 3 to 6 days, or is it just, you know, it is what it is. The other thing that is nice about the press conference is it gives you an idea of what they might talk to you about. Tells you who's in attendance. It's a little more immersive, right? So you've got the St. Petersburg soccer paper, which really it's because FM should change that. Just because I'm an American in the game and in real life doesn't mean it has to be called the St. Petersburg soccer paper. You can call it the football paper. I know what it is. I'm playing Football Manager, but so your reaction to the match, player performances, but if it you know, sometimes they would ask you about like something like this. The press would love to see you get involved in a war of words with Vladislav Radamov, and you're like, who's that? Oh, that's the head coach. Or hey, that you've been linked with this player, and you're like, I don't even know who that is, but you can't click on their name in the press conference. Now you can do that. At least that's how I remember it. So I won't bother showing you that. I mean, we'll probably play a couple games and bring you back maybe for our first home game. We're definitely going to do the cup, right? We got to figure that out, but we'll bring you back for Luke. I'm guessing it's not Luch, probably Luke. I don't know. But if you have enjoyed this episode, my friends, again, it is awesome. Like the support on Patreon has been amazing. You're up to 36 people that are supporting the channel. If you enjoy this, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I hope you'll stick with me as we develop this plot and where this series is going. I don't want to give away too much, but it is building towards something on November 2nd when the game comes out. So stick around, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We'll see you next time as we continue on with Khabarovsk. Let's go, friends. Yes! You know, I just realized if we're doing an episode pretty much every other day, which is what I'm aiming to do right now, I'd rather put out higher quality content than lower quality, but more. Even though everybody's looking for FM19 content, my personal thing is like, I want to see good content. I think we're going to come back for the Cup 4th round, because essentially this episode's going to come out. You're seeing this on the 24th, at least, of October. And then that gives us Friday, Sunday, the 28th, Tuesday, the 30th. Wait, no. Friday. I can't count. Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then the full game should drop on November 2nd. So we have 4, maybe 5 episodes to get through, and I think we can fill that in, but I want to see if we can make a cup run. So that's what we'll do. Thanks.